someone who's been in the restaurant business for over 5 years and ask him a few questions.
Yes, as I call it, let's hear the other side of the table.
That's right. So, hey, Anthony.
Hello.
How are you?
Come on in, have a seat.
Hello.
See you.
Thanks for having me.
So, being in the restaurant business, what do you prefer to be called?
Waiter, a server.
Oh, I would be a server.
A server.
Yes.
Okay, so some things have changed. It always used to be wait. Okay, so we have some questions for you. And be as candid as you possibly can.
Oh, I will.
I'm gonna go first. Let me go first.
Why not?
Okay, you know what? I have a friend that I dine out with often, and she is just livid by the fact that if they serve over to me, I'm sorry, and ask if I finished my meal, and they actually, take my plate away, she hates it. She thinks it's rude, and I should sit there.
She's being rushed.
Right.
Yeah, now, but if it were technically wrong, why do waiters do it? And do you do it, or it doesn't matter?
I would say sometimes it's because the managers want the table to get as clean as possible, as fast as possible, because they're trying to get you guys in there and out. But sometimes it depends on the server. Sometimes servers do, but then some, like you said, just take the plate away because they want to get that table clean and they want to get you guys in, out, and boom, boom, boom. I wouldn't say it's rude. Maybe the approach the server might be. A lot of servers do it like that because at the end of the day, they want to get the lunch and they want to get the tip.
Okay.
When you first approach when you greet them,
I go in and I see who's there, and I try to see how to approach it as, what can I do to try to spice it up? Like I go to, if we have younger kids, I'll go in, hey, what's up guys, how you doing today? We have adults, hey folks, how you doing today? You switch it up every time because you never know if your actions or where you're going to be. And so
you kind of alter it.
You alter it. Who comes in, who's at the table, what's there, but then sometimes if you have the teenagers, I've worked in the bar restaurant, so you get both sides, and I've learned sometimes you have to be
the reason why I wanted to ask you that question, sometimes when I was talking to her earlier, sometimes when I come in, I've had a long week, a long day, I want to know that the personality of the server adds to my meal and my evening.
Okay.
So
you can kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
You have to have someone to set the tone for you.
Yeah. So, and I like to hear that you adjust to your guests.
Yeah.
I think that's
you have to do that because you never know how someone's been. Like you said, you come in there to get to relax and you've been there. You've had a long week, and I don't want to come up to your TV and You've already had that. You've already dealt with that all week. I'm going to come to your table and say, hey man, how are you doing today? What can I get you to start off with? And that's when we go from there.
Okay, so now the next question is there a certain way that you were taught in the business to always serve from right to left, from left to right, or in the order that people served, or how does that work?
When you come in, you're supposed to come in and seat 1 is to your right, seat 2 is to your right, and then seat 3 is seat 4. And that's how I was taught. But then when you go to certain places, it's kind of different because the way the tables are, sometimes, like what I was just doing is at a booth. So you might have at a table, they come at it, you come to the table and first seat right there, that would be seat 1, seat 2, seat 3. And the server is supposed to go like that. That is the correct way to go.
Oh, okay. Now do you approach the women first to be served?
Yes, you always go to women.
Is that something that you were taught, or is that something that you...
That was what I was taught. I worked at Olive Garden first. Of course, when you go to a corporate place like that, they always teach you the right way to go. The first people to go to, you go to the women, kids, the older people. And then you go to the
word old again. Oh no.
Not these beautiful women. Not these beautiful women.
Okay, so is it...
When the bill comes and you put your money in, you put your credit card in, and the server says, do you need change? I just like it when the server says, I'll be back with your change, and then leave it up to the guest to say, no, I'm good, or if it's a credit card, it's coming out.
See, it just doesn't bother me. So
go back anyway. So if they give the guest the opportunity to say, if the server says, I'll be right back with your change, and the guest says, no, I'm good, no, I'm good,
then okay. So what do you think?
With certain things and certain, like I was saying, certain situations, if someone says the only time I ever used you need change before I bring the money back, if they say they're in a rush. If someone in and out, I always, when they give me the money right away, I say, okay. I feel like I've always been taught, like you said, what were you taught and what do you learn? I've always been taught to not ask. Makes it seem like you're already digging in their pockets. And that's not what you want it to bring. You want it to bring, like, it's a picture. The way that they think in their heads,
it might be a control thing too, that the server is controlling the funds.
As they think that they're getting all that money, and then they think, we don't get it. We don't get a check. We don't get a check at the end of the week or anything. That's what we make. And so, I mean, I've always thought that it's a wrong thing to do. But like I said, if someone says they're in a rush, all right, you need your change.
Very much.
We hope it was painless.
Oh yeah, it was great.
The old lady. Yeah. So good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.